Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Cochran. I'll be with you for the duration of these games. We'll welcome you to Pioneer Arena. We've got a good one for you today, folks. We've got the Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters versus your Tusculum Pioneers. Wish you could be here in person today, but we're appreciative that you've tuned in online. Number 11, Samantha Cash, getting ready to serve for the Rail Splitters. Nice float serve there to Melissa Mazer. Set by Murphy, hit by Hawkins. Hawkins will win that point for the Pioneers. Cassie Bourne now getting ready to serve. Set to the right side, tipped, goes off the post. According to the linesman, there's a point for the Pioneers. Off to a good start today, folks. It's 2-0. Hard serve there by Bourne. Murphy with the quick middle set, tipped. Right side set. And number 3, Riley Storms will get the kill for that point. Number 14, Kai Wiesman coming into the game. Now serving number 2, Kiera Holland. It's a Rail Splitters point. Had a double touch there on the Pioneer side of the court. Kiera Holland will get another opportunity here. Score is now tied up 2-2. That serve just barely grazing the net. Outside set, off the block, lands. That's a Pioneer point. Melissa Mazer now getting ready to serve. High float serve there. Middle set. To the left of the block. Shannon Murphy did her best to throw her hand up there, but couldn't come up with the pass, and that's a Rail Splitters point. Now coming in number 16, Tony Gill. Face pass by Melissa Mazer. Hard hit by Hawkins, but blocked. Schluger gets another opportunity to hit. And Pioneers will get a free ball here. Hawkins pass. Back row set to Cassie Bourne. And she will put it down for a point Pioneers. Score is now 4-3. Number 3, Alyssa Rojas coming in to serve now for the Pioneers. She will serve to number 13. Outside set here, blocked by the Pioneers. Right side set, tipped, and it lands. Unfortunately, no one was ready at the time, or as well disguised there by number 3, Riley Storms. Now serving, Storms. Outside, right side set. Pioneers will get a free ball here. Pass by Rojas, set by Murphy, hit by Schluger, into the block, recovered by Mazer. Some scrambling going on the court right now. So the referee signal that hit the block, so that is not 4 touches. High pass by number 6 for the Rail Splitters. Back row hit, passed up by Rojas. Back row attack by Bourne again, and that's out. So that'll be a Rail Splitters point. Number 3, Riley Storms. The redshirt sophomore from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Schluger with the roll shot over the block. Forceful tip there. Number 16, Tony Gill. Seemed to be more of a push than a tip, but a whistle blown. Seemed as though she had a foot fault there on the serve. It'll be a point Pioneers. The score now 5-6. Sabrina Schluger with the serve now. Float serve there. Just goes over the net. Lands in the 4 position before the attack line. That ties up the score, 6-6 now. Schluger will get another opportunity. Beautiful float serve there. Just past the attack line. 13, Peyton McDaniel couldn't get there in time. Outside set. Into the block. Through the arms. That resulted in a Rail Splitters point. Kiera Holland coming back in out of the front row. As we have number 15, Sarah Jones, getting ready to serve now for the Rail Splitters. Not wasting any time at all. Outside set to Bourne. Off the hands of the blockers, out of bounds. Point Pioneers. We have number 1, Larissa Welsh, a senior from Newcastle, Indiana. Blocked by the Pioneers, recovered by number 6, Erica Whitaker. Fortunately, the Rail Splitters couldn't put it together to get the ball back over the net, so score is now 9-7 Pioneers as Welch serves. Nice float serve to number 15. And a dump by the setter, resulting in a point for LMU. Serving now number 16, Tony Gill. Seemed as though it was right on track to go over the net, but at the last second floated down and didn't make it over, so Tony Gill will go back to the bench as a libero, number 6. Erica Whitaker comes in. Float served by Murphy. Outside set towards the middle of the court. Had Melissa Mazer on her heels. And number 11, Samantha Cash, serving for LMU. Score is 9-10. Nice float to Schluger. Middle hit. Mariah Lewis touches the net, which is resulting in an LMU point. Serve to Schluger again. Outside set to Bourne over the block. Outside set. The linesman said that was out of bounds, so that's Pioneers' point. Seemed as though there was some miscommunication with the setter and the attacker there. Hitter approached the net a little too fast there, so nothing she could do but tip it over there and just kind of force it to the back of the court. Middle attack, passed up by Mazer. The right side hit by Hawkins. And that hit was out of bounds. Number 2, Kira Holland, a little too eager there, almost hit the bottom of the ball. Cassie Bourne serving now. Junior from Horseshoe, North Carolina. Serving hard to the libero, number 6. And a dump by the setter, number 11, Samantha Cash. LMU's setter at the moment is currently back row, so she has to be careful when dumping like that. She's got to keep her feet on the ground. Nice roll shot by Bourne. Right side hit. Tip, a far tip there. Aubrey Hawkins with the hit. Recovered by number 6. And that'll be out. Point Pioneers. Nice tandem attack there for the LMU. They just couldn't hit the top of the ball to get it to land in there. Melissa Mazer not getting ready to serve. So the score is 13-11 for the Pioneers. Another high serve by Mazer. Cash forced to watch the ball hit the ground there. She couldn't get there in time, and wasn't good enough communication with the team to discuss who was going to get that ball. Another free ball for the Pioneers as Murphy sets to middle, and it lands in. Larissa Welch will get the kill there. And we'll have a timeout here. So we'll be right with you after this break.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Welcome back after that commercial break. Score is 15-11 as Melissa Mazer gets ready to serve for the Pioneers. And number 6, Erica Whitaker, the libero for LMU. She will take that serve and shank it to the back. Poor communication between number 6, Whitaker, and number 13, McDaniel. Oftentimes before the serve, you look over at the person beside you and one of you takes priority on the ball there. They say, you know, if it's going to be in between us, I'll take it. There'll be another point Pioneers there. We got a substitution for the Rail Splitters. Number 2, Kiera Holland's coming back in the game. I think that might be out. Yes, it is. Just shy of the line there. The Rail Splitters watch it land out. So they win that point. Score is now 12-17. The Pioneers have setter Shannon Murphy in the front row. So the Rail Splitters are going to have to be very conscientious and aware of the dump. Murphy, that left-handed setter, very comfortable with hitting it over the net. Nice pass by Bourne. The right side hit, just barely hit by Hawkins. Almost looked like she whiffed, but Pioneers came home with the point. Alyssa Rojas coming in to serve now. And that serve is about 1.5 feet out of territory, so Alyssa Rojas will get the service error there. Number 3, Riley Storm serves for LMU. Right side hit by Welsh, just goes over the net. Back row attack. And there's that dump by Murphy. Defense has to be aware of where the setter is, front row or back court. Sabrina Schluger gets ready to serve now. Number 6 will take that. Set to outside, just tipped over the net. Rojas recovers it. Another dump by Murphy. Number 3 ready for it that time. And a hit by the LMU Rail Splitters, lands in. They'll get that point. Not coming into the game, number 15, Sarah Jones. As Kai Wiesman talks to head coach Jenny Michael. Middle attack into the hands of blocker number 16, Tony Gill, but defense around her wasn't prepared. Now we'll get a timeout, Rail Splitters. The score is 20-15 here for the Pioneers. We'll be right with you after this break.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingles has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into
Ingles, all the ingredients for family.
Now coming in the game for LMU, Alicia Kessler. Right side attack for Alicia, right into the block. The Rail Splitters get the ball back. Into the block again, but out of territory. That'll be a point for the Rail Splitters. Since last home game, the Pioneers seem to have really stepped up their blocking game. Closed up the gaps in between the blockers. Number 4 coming in for number 16. Haley Lake in the game now for the Rail Splitters. As Tony Gill greets her team on the sidelines. Lake with the serve. Pass by Schluger. Beautiful set in circumstances by Murphy. Be a middle hit. Gonna be a point Pioneers. Shannon Murphy looking to coach Michael Robinson. Face pass by number 2. Then hit over the block, passed up by Mazer. Set to Cassie Bourne, through the block, recovered by the LMU Rail Splitters. And unfortunately, couldn't come together with the communication and they let the ball hit the ground. Murphy will now get an opportunity to serve. Strong server, especially short serves, as I'm predicting we will see soon coming up. Face pass by Mazer, set to middle. Mariah Lewis slams it down, she gets the kill. Nowhere near that ball, perfectly placed. Coach Michael Robinson telling Murphy where to serve. Let's see. It's a point for the Rail Splitters as Cassie Bourne came over the net and interfered with the set. A couple substitutions here for the Rail Splitters. Number 3 and number 11 coming in. We have Riley Storms coming back into the game, and we've got Samantha Cash. Also saw playing time earlier. Beautiful float serve there. Melissa Mazer does a great job with keeping the arms on track with the ball. Right side attack, blocked up, Bourne pass to Murphy. Right side set to Hawkins. And a lack of communication there for the Rail Splitters results in a free ball for Tusculum. Mariah Lewis hits that ball right in the block and it bounces over the net for a Rail Splitters point. Now we'll see another serve from number 11, Samantha Cash, as the score is 18-23. Schluger with the serve reception. Set to Hawkins. The number 2 and number 10, Kiera Holland and Danielle Gedd, both with the block assist. Looks like we'll have a quick middle set there to Mariah Lewis. And she'll sneak that through the block. As Cassie Bourne gets ready to serve now. The Pioneers are leading 24-19. She will serve to number 2. Schluger with a nice roll shot given the circumstances there. Having to turn around, and Cassie Bourne with a beautiful dig. Sabrina Schluger hits the ball off the blocker's hands, out of bounds, but Pioneers get the point. The Pioneers win that match 25-19. We will see you in 1 minute.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family. The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, This might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry. Let me
Remember,
get this for
you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family. So much of life.
So once again, thanks for joining us here on the Pioneer Network. Here in the Pioneer Arena today as Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters face off against the Tusculum Pioneers. Libero Erica Whitaker for the LMU Rail Splitters is having quite the game today so far. Just in that last set, she had 9 digs. She's currently leading the SAC conference in digs per set with 7.8 digs per set. As you can see, she just got 9 in that last game, so that will no doubtedly go up. Whitaker in second place for digs total at 117. Next to Ballard from Carson Newman, who has 133. But Whitaker is winning the digs per set statistic spot. While Melissa Mazer is 5th in the all-time leaderboard for 2017 season with 103 digs. So just 14 shy of Whitaker. Of course, that's before this game, so we'll have to see how the stats add up for the remainder of today's game. Setter Shannon Murphy gets ready to serve here. She will serve to number 2. Cassie Bourne at the attack, into the block. Mazer passes it up. Actually hits the Jumbotron here in Pioneer Arena, but that's in playing territory, so there's no whistle blown. The ball did bounce off and come down quite faster than they expected, so Pioneers were a little surprised by that. Great job by Murphy there to hit that ball up with solid fingers and not get the lift call. Get an outside set here to Bourne. Cross court shot there. We get a right side set here to Hawkins. She'll spin the ball plenty, but not enough to get it to land in the court. Now we'll have number 2, Kiera Holland, get ready to serve for the Rail Splitters. She'll have a hard serve to number 7, Cassie Bourne. Mariah Lewis with the tip. A great up by Murphy there. Practically laying out, just throwing a fist up in the air, seeing what she could do. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with the pass there. Not much she could do, however. Hard serve into the net, actually bounces off. Hits number 10, Danielle Gedd, right in the face. We hope she's okay. As Holland comes out, we got number 13, Peyton McDaniel coming in for her to play in the back row. Serve from Bourne. Right side set. Bourne in the perfect position for that. Hit by Hawkins. Passed up by Whitaker. Outside set by Murphy. Hard hit off the block. Dug up by number 13 of the Rail Splitters. And literally tomahawked over the court by 11. Very scrappy here in Pioneer Arena. As Whitaker passes it up to her setter again, we'll get an outside attack. Dug by Melissa Mazer, passed up by Bourne, and then dumped over by Mazer again. A great up by Mazer. Another tip, and Mazer gets her hand there. The ball goes over. Someone's on the net there. There's number 3, Mariah Lewis. Pardon me, number 2, Mariah Lewis. A great rally there for both teams, but the Rail Splitters come out on top. Not much Murphy could do there, as the pass was fairly close to the net and blockers were already up. Schluger will hit that ball out of the court. It's a point for Rail Splitters there. We'll get a timeout for the Pioneers. We'll be right back with you.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Chris Cochran back with you here in the Pioneer Arena. As number 6, Whitaker gets ready to serve for the Rail Splitters. She's absolutely been on a tear with digging so far today. Face pass by Mazer. Set to Lewis off the block, and the Pioneers get that point. Now Mazer gets ready to serve. Tip, Bourne in the right position there. Quick set to Welch. Off of the shoulder of number 11, almost seemed like a double touch, but not ruled so by the ref, so that'll be a point for the Pioneers. Ball went out of territory, but it went off the blocker's hands, so. Coach telling Melissa Mazer to serve between 5 and 6. She serves right to 6. Outside set. Right side set here. And the block is there on time, and the Pioneers recover. Murphy sets to the back row, Cassie Bourne. He finds the corner in the back left. No one's near that ball, and Pioneers will come up on top and have a point. So now the score is 6-4. Excuse me, 4-6. Very hard face pass there. Referee seems to be very lenient with double touches. Middle hit by Welch. Out of play, so that'll be a point for the Rail Splitters. We'll see number 3. Riley Storms getting ready to serve here. Cassie Bourne will pass that up to Murphy, who was set outside. Cross-court hit. Almost lands right in front of number 8, Lindsay Nartker, but she just stretches her hands out and gets there in time. For the Pioneers, we've got Alyssa Rojas serving now. And for the Rail Splitters, we've got Holland back in the back row. Whitaker's serve reception. Get a middle hit by number 16, Tony Gill, but the Pioneers are on the net, so that results in a Rail Splitters point. Nartker with the serve here. Beautiful float serve to Mazer. Outside set to Schluger. Cross court hit. Right side hit there. Back row roll shot. Murphy with the middle set. Whistle on the play. Number 1 was on the net. That'll be Larissa Welch. So that's another point for the Rail Splitters. Score is now 9-5. And Alyssa Rojas does an excellent job at watching that serve go out of territory. Schluger now with the serve. Coach Michael Robinson telling her to serve to 2, and she does excellently. And the Rail Splitters hit the ball out, but it goes off the blocker's hands, so that results in a point for the Rail Splitters. As we see number 16, Tony Gill. Serve to Schluger. Set by Murphy. Outside set. That was a shoot set to Bourne. The Pioneers come out with the point as number 11 tried to dive there, but Samantha Cash couldn't come up with the ball. And we'll see now number 1, Larissa Welch, serving. Three blockers went up there for an absolute wall. A rushed outside set. Bourne does an excellent job at setting her feet, just making sure she just gets the ball over the net. It wasn't a timid attack either. Very forceful and point deserving. LMU did a good job of getting the ball to the attacker there. 2 poor passes, but still able to get a good attack. Mariah tips the ball, but too far. It goes out of play. Now we'll see number 11, Samantha Cash, for service. Schluger with the pass. Murphy sets to Lewis in the middle. Just barely recovered by LMU. Cassie Bourne now struggling to get there, and the ball gets passed over the net again. Right side hit. No blockers was there. It seemed as though Cassie Bourne wasn't paying attention, or rather paying attention to the wrong thing. Maybe she was expecting the ball to be set towards middle or outside. She was getting ready to go cover that block, when instead she should have been blocking. But we'll see a serve here from LMU as Schluger with the reception. Another opportunity for Bourne. Off the block, back over the net. Bourne passes to Murphy. Murphy dumps. Right side set here, tipped. Murphy passes it. Mazer takes the set. Bourne hits it over. Another dump by their setter. Murphy with the outside set. Off the block, Lewis throws it up. They're going to have to throw it over the net there. Mazer just barely nicks the net. Mariah Lewis slams the ball down. Backing number 2, Kiera Holland. Almost with a 6-pack there. And we'll see Aubrey Hawkins come back into the game for the Pioneers. Middle hit here, right in front of number 4, Shannon Murphy. Kiera Holland, senior from Columbia, South Carolina, is ready to serve now for the LMU Rail Splitters. Another questionable double touch by Cassie Bourne, but not called by the ref. Melissa Mazer lays out, but doesn't get there in time. The ball hits the ground. (14-9). Bourne with the hit here. Cross court, passed up by number 2. We get an outside set here. 2 blockers up, but it goes out of bounds, and number 6, Aubrey Hawkins, couldn't get her shoulders turned right back into the court, so it bounces off and goes out. We'll get a timeout here for the Pioneers. Score is 15-9 for LMU Rail Splitters. We'll be back with you shortly.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Always a great amount of support by Pioneers, fellow teammates in other sports. As you see, baseball player Spencer Brothers just walking past the camera in his baseball uniform, most definitely coming right from practice. You can see also we have football in the stands. We've got some other baseball players over there as well, and we've got some lacrosse, golf, and more. Excellent fan base here for the Pioneers. Melissa Mazer, good pass to Murphy. Hit by Cassie Bourne, will take the bread. That'll be a point Pioneers. Scores now 10-15. And Bourne on a hot streak is gonna get the ball. She'll be able to serve here. Maybe keep this momentum going after this timeout. Nice float serve there to Whitaker. Outside set. Aubrey Hawkins gets her shoulders squared away there. Gets the ball right back in the court. Scores now 11-15. Serving right back to Whitaker there as a middle set. Hawkins wasn't up there for the block there. It was only Mariah Lewis, middle there. And the attacker just hits right to the left of the block for the point. Whitaker with the serve, nice float serve. Off the block, Mazer does what she can to put the ball up, but unable to do much in that given situation. Whitaker with the short stature, he's only 5'3". Another point for the Rail Splitters there. Whitaker has a strong serve as she jumps. She needs the extra couple inches there for the jump serve. Very successful in doing so. Schluger gets blocked. Bourne with the back row attack. Off the block, straight down on the Rail Splitter side of the court. So Bourne will get that point for the Pioneers. The score is getting closer and closer, it seems. Now only 12-18, with the Rail Splitters leading by 6. High serve by Mazer, consistent with her previous serve. Roll shot, right to 2, but Murphy saw it coming. She couldn't get there quite in time, though. We'll see another serve here by number 3, Riley Storms. But before that, we'll get a substitution for the Pioneers of number 13, Madison Shoemaker, come in. Tough situation there with the ball right on the net. See so many injuries in regards to ankles, everybody going up at the same time. Hawkins with the powerhouse hit from the right side. Shoot past the middle, tipped by Welch. Middle pass again. It's hit out of bounds. The Pioneers get another point, drawing the score closer. Alyssa Rojas serves now for the Pioneers. She will serve to number 8. As the setter will dump it, Murphy sets to middle. Seemed to be too high of a set. Larissa Welch did the best she could, and she tipped it over the net, ultimately coming out on top. Seemed as though we got lucky there, or just a good job by Welch there. Outside set here Through the block once again. Cassie Bourne frustrated with her effort there. She thought she could have gotten there. You can see Cassie's leg is bandaged up. Not sure what she's battling through, an injury at the moment or a little sore. Her game hasn't been lacking at all, however, especially on offense. Same with Welch. Both hitters just constantly finding a way into the game and always providing their team with that added energy and momentum with the powerful hits. So Shoemaker comes out of the game now as Schluger comes in to serve. See if she'll serve to number 3 here. Nope, she serves right to Whitaker as we have an outside set. Blocked by Murphy, assisted block by Welch. Murphy dumps it over the net. Outside set. Welch late getting there by half a second, resulting in a little gap between her arms with the ball to sneak through. Number 10 coming in for Whitaker, Danielle Gedd, will be in the front row as a defensive specialist. I'll take a sip of water. Hard float serve for Alyssa Rojas to pass there. Right side hit by Welch. Goes off the block, so that's not 4 touches. We can continue playing. Bourne hits it into the block, comes back over. He gets another opportunity. Off the block, but out of territory, so another point for Tusculum. As Melissa Mazer comes out and Mariah Lewis comes back. Welch gets ready for serve. She'll serve to number 3. Great job by the setter to not only get there, but to make a good set, a good running set with the forearm pass. Unfortunately, number 2, Kiera Holland, unable to put the ball in play as she hits it off the antenna. Quick set to the middle with a tip. Alyssa Rojas just does her best to push the ball over the net to buy some time. Outside set here to Holland. Pass by Bourne. Set to Bourne. Bourne tips it. Face pass by Rojas. Middle set to Lewis. Wasn't quite high enough, so she's forced to tip it. There's a hard tip there by Holland. That's a point for the Rail Splitters. She saw that open lane, pushed the ball with her fingers, took home the cake there for the Rail Splitters. We'll see number 11, Samantha Cash, get ready for service now as the score is 23-17. Outside set. Bourne with the strong attack for giving what she was. Great volleyball players know their surroundings and they know exactly where the net is at all times, so they can hit it over the net. Not only to keep the game going, but also maybe to end the rally, to take the point. They can do that without looking, and that's very helpful in those situations where the ball's coming from behind. Cassie Bourne in that last play was. Roll shot here lands in front of Melissa Mazer. Nothing much anybody could do there. This is game point as Kiera Holland serves with 24-18. She'll pass right to Bourne. Set by Murphy to Mariah Lewis off the block, and that's a Pioneer point. As Shoemaker comes into the game again for Schluger. Perhaps coaches feel more comfortable with Shoemaker in the front row at this moment. Great serve by Bourne. Great dig by Murphy. And the Pioneers will keep this play going as we get a middle set here. Dug up by Murphy again. Set by Bourne to Aubrey Hawkins. Right side hit here. Both blockers present. Linesman says the ball was out. net referee saying it was touched. So that'll be 25 points for LMU, while Tusculum has 19. Both teams will get a chance to get some water now and discuss, change plans, strategy. We'll be back with you in a moment.
The first date.
A great rally you saw there with the Pioneers and the Rail Splitters in that last replay. Seemed as though that play lasted about 2 minutes. And you see both teams now discussing lines and strategy before the third game, with the Rail Splitters 1, the Pioneers 1 as well. They'll be tied 1-1 in this best-of-5 match. "25 seconds here left in this break. Both teams still talking. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in with us, score is now tied 1-1. Tusculum's won a set, and Rail Splitters won a set as well. You're joining us here in the third game. Wish you could be here in person, but we're glad that you're still tuning in online, whether you're watching your daughter, granddaughter, or friends. We encourage you to watch more games. Most importantly, we're just appreciative that you're here with us today. So both teams will get the A-OK from the ref. And the Rail Splitters will be given the ball for service. We'll see number 11, Samantha Cash, start off this third set. Shannon Murphy talking to the ref over there. Not exactly what about, but Murphy now communicating with the coach. Not exactly sure what that was about, but we're all squared away and we're ready to play. Just grazing the net there, served up. Miscommunication between the LMU Rail Splitters as number 6 and number 8 Didn't know who was going to take the ball. Whitaker, the defensive specialist, probably should have called her off and taken the ball herself. Cassie Bourne now with the serve. Serve to Whitaker, as it will be a right side set for Holland. Schluger with the hit down the line, unfortunately out of bounds. It'll be a point for the Rail Splitters. Kiara Holland will get another opportunity to serve here. A senior from Columbia, South Carolina. Outside set to Schluger. Backhands it with her right hand. The tip, Melissa Mazur's there in time. Kaylee Weiss in the game now. Maybe Kaylee can bring another dimension to the team atmosphere on the court that the coaches are looking for. Cassie Bourne confused there whether she wanted to do a forearm pass or face pass. Seemed as though it was right in the middle, not quite sure what to do. Oftentimes the Pioneer defense on serve reception at least kind of stands up a little further. Schluger hits the ball back over the net, but it goes around the antenna. It's got to stay between the antennas. Like what I was saying, Pioneer defense usually stands up that way if it's above the forearm passing range. If it gets into the in-between stage, they know it's out of bounds and they know to leave it. But that can be tough with a server who's consistently good at serving in the front row. A great block there by Weiss and Lewis. Excellent teamwork there with timing, getting up there at the exact same time, providing a thick wall for the Pioneers as they take their second point of the game. Scored now 2-4. Right side set with the left-handed number 3, Riley Storms. We'll see Whitaker serve here again. Talking to her coach, Jenny Michael. Outside set to Schluger. Hard attack. Whitaker there again. Hard attack by Welch. Slams it down off the block. Point Pioneers. Alyssa Rojas coming in to serve now. Whitaker 19 digs thus far. .16 for LMU. Tony Gill hits the ball right into the block. Point Pioneers. As you see Alyssa Rojas wiping down the court. Appears to be a little dusty or perhaps sweat fell onto the court. So they wipe that up to provide enough grip for their shoes. So we'll see Alyssa Rojas serve here again. The score is 4-5. Lineswoman says that ball was in. You see the disappointment from Coach Michael Robinson. Not sure if he thought that ball was out or if he was disappointed with his team. Backside hit by Cassie Bourne. But the Rail Splitters were on the net. So that's a point for Pioneers. I think that was number 16, Tony Gill. Short serve by Schluger. Set to number 8. Passed up by Schluger. Dumped by Murphy, blocked by number 8. And Bourne hits it out of play for the Rail Splitters point. LMU number 8, Lindsay Nartker, well aware that setter Shannon Murphy is in the front row and has the dump at her disposal whenever she likes to. So she's been ready and waiting for it this whole time. Just had her golden opportunity, saw it, and blocked her. Here comes again the dump. Number 3, it wasn't there in time, Riley Storms. Seemed as though she was a little far to her right, expecting more of a cut from Murphy. One advantage of having a left-handed setter is that she really does have that dump at her disposal when she's front row. A double touch there by the Rail Splitters. The first one of today. And the Pioneers will get that point. Number 1, Larissa Welch. Serve now. Middle set. Off the block. Easy return for the Pioneers. Cassie Bourne hits it into the block. Out of territory. So that's a point for the Pioneers again. Substitution here for the Rail Splitters. Number 18. Alicia Kessler coming in front row for number 16, Tony Gill. Larissa Welch serves it out of bounds. So that's a point, Rail Splitters. And we'll see Alicia Kessler serve now, with a tied score of 8. Outside set to Bourne. No blockers. Seemed as though she got a little too excited. Hits it out of bounds, but off the blocker's hands. So they end up taking the point. I am up here in the bird's nest above the play. It was quite hard for me to see the block, but dump by number 11. Passed up by Whitaker. We'll get a right side set here to number 10. Tough one for the Pioneers there. Not much they could do, but they do end up coming home with the point. The score will be 10-8. As Murphy gets ready for service, Coach Michael Robinson once again telling her where to serve. Roll shot by number 3 for the Rail Splitters. We'll get it outside set to Bourne again. Off the block, out of bounds. Another point for the Pioneers. We've got a timeout here for the Rail Splitters. They feel their momentum coming to a stop.
The Tusculum
definitely slowing down here in this game, as Tusculum has had the biggest lead. Except for the first game, they're winning 11-8. So they'll take a chance here to retalk their strategy. We'll be back with you shortly.
Experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum Experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum Experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer Experience for yourself.
Love that last highlight there for the men's football team. Evan Altizer catching that ball in the end zone. Always waiting for that part of the commercial to come. Score is now 11-8 for the Pioneers as Murphy gets ready to serve. Serving to number 8 of the Rail Splitters. Rail Splitters point there. Tough one when the ball is so close to the net. You want to go for the ball, but you don't want to touch the net, so you got to be careful, and often results in miscommunication. And honestly, the ball hitting the ground, so that's what happened there. Schluger with the pass to Murphy to the outside set to Bourne. Off the block. Point Rail Splitters. Not sure what happened during the timeout, but it seems as though the Rail Splitters have a new energy and are fighting with a new fight, seen with an added grit, as they're narrowing the score now 10-11. Middle set to Lewis. Great attack, goes off the block. Number 10, Danielle Ged. Couldn't get 2 arms on that. The ball ended up landing right beside her. Serve to Holland. Set to Holland. Number 8 lays out to keep the ball alive. Lindsay Narchter, pardon me. Couldn't get enough of her hand on the ball with that fist, so it bounces away. And the Pioneers win that point, now 13-10. Bourne with the back row attack, shanked by number 11. Didn't have much of a chance to begin with, as Samantha Cash wasn't in the correct position to field that hit. Those balls are coming so fast that you want to be in the right spot. You don't have much reaction time. Cassie Bourne gets an ace with that serve there. As number 11 and number 2, Samantha Cash and Kiera Holland both watch that ball land in territory. Obviously thinking it was going out of bounds, but it doesn't. Bourne serving to number 8 now. Middle hit, 3 blockers. Dumped by the setter, but Murphy waiting for the opportunity. Nice dump by Murphy to the back of the court. Now we get a right side hit. Passed up by Murphy again. Very active in this rally so far. Back row hit by Bourne. Very consistent with her attacks thus far. The Pioneers will be deceived by that free ball by number 2, Kiera Holland. Most likely thinking she was going to dump it in the back of the court with the backwards forearm pass, but just barely passing it over the net, so it just trickles in right in front of the attack line. Catching the Pioneers on their heels. The score is now 11-15. Murphy with the right side set. And Kaylee Weiss hits it into the net and then over the net, but out of bounds. So scores now 12-15 for the Rail Splitters. We'll get number 13, Peyton McDaniel, serving. She'll decide to serve to Cassie Bourne. And a middle set to Lewis. Rolls over the block. Tip, passed up by Mazer. Right side attack by Weiss. Lands right in the court for the kill. Score is now 16-12. And Mazer will get the serve. Number 1, Larissa Welch coming in the game now for Mariah Lewis. We do have Murphy in the back court, unable to dump. Number 8, Lindsay Narchter, watches that serve land out of bounds. Sorry. Lindsay Nartker. Cassie Bourne, serve reception. Outside set to Sabrina Schluger. Goes off the blocker's arms. It's a point for the Pioneers as Alyssa Rojas comes in for Weiss. And will serve here again. Coach Michael Robinson telling her where to serve. See where they decide to put the ball here. A short serve there. Larissa Welch late getting the block up as number 18, Alicia Kessler, just puts the ball right down. Exactly where Welch's arms would have been. Struggling serve reception there by the Pioneers, but they get the ball back over the net. We'll get a back row attack here by number 3. Doesn't go over the net. Riley Storms, only a redshirt sophomore from Grand Rapids, Michigan. A heavy block by number 1, Larissa Welch. and Cassie Bourne. Both of them will get the assisted block. And there'll be another timeout for the LMU Rail Splitters as Tusculum's winning 19-14. We'll be right back with you.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
At the end of last time out, LMU Rail Splitters came back with a different energy. Seemed as though head coach Jenny Michael gave a pep talk to the Rail Splitters. Let's see if this is the case here. As Sabrina Schluger gets ready to serve for the Pioneers with a score 19-14. Beautiful float serve to number 8. Great pass, however. Outside set, lands right in front of Schluger. Energy seems to be consistent for the Rail Splitters since last time out. Almost seems as though they get their energy depleted with a timeout. It's restored, and all is well again. A block battle there between Murphy and Kiera Holland. Murphy wins that battle, and the Pioneers come out on top with the point. Now 20-15. Larissa Welch will get the ball. Serves to number 8 once again. Outside set, into the block, out of bounds. Rail Splitters point. Great pass by Schluger. Outside set to Bourne. Out of bounds, dictated by the lines ref. Score is now 17-20. And Alicia Kessler will serve there for the for the Rail Splitters. Back row hit by Schluger. Diving set by the setter. There's the dump by Murphy, the left-handed setter, bringing the Thunder over the net. Weiss is back in for Rojas. Weiss is in front row here. There's Murphy in back row setting. Ball goes off the hands of Shannon Murphy, and that's a point for LMU. Samantha Cash serving for the Rail Splitters. Right side set, Mariah Lewis hits it out of bounds. Lincoln Memorial point. Scores now only 19-21. Only 2 points between these two teams in the third game of the match. Passed up by Schluger, set by Murphy to middle. Mariah Lewis tips it over. Pioneers get the ball back. Passed up by Mazer, tipped by Bourne. Pioneers unfortunately unable to get the ball back over the net. Another timeout here. This one would be charged to Tusculum, as Coach Michael Robinson maybe saw something on the other side of the net that he needs to discuss with the team, or simply understanding there's only 4 points left in the game. They can just grind for these next couple minutes, come out with a W.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Samantha Cash with the service. Serves to Schluger, passed up to Murphy. Right side set. Weiss hits it into the block, out of bounds. Point for the Pioneers. Scores now 22-20. And the difference is back at 2. Let's see if Michael Robinson's advice or pep talk pays off for the Pioneers here in these last few points of the game. Hard serve by Bourne. Outside set, both blockers up in time, but Mariah Lewis, the assisted block, couldn't get both of her arms up in time. She was there, but it seemed as though she couldn't swing her arms up for the actual block. Last minute pass decision by Lewis. And Schluger gets blocked with the ball going almost straight down. Currently have a tie game between the Pioneers and the Rail Splitters, tied at 22. Let's see who will come off on top here as we have Kiera Holland serving for the Rail Splitters. Outside set for the Rail Splitters. Passed up by Schluger. Set by Murphy. Backside for Bourne. And that's inbounds, according to the linesman. Scores now 23-22. We get a substitution for the Rail Splitters. Number 13 coming in for 2. So we'll have Peyton McDaniel here in the back court, ready for a serve reception. High serve by Mazer. Middle set by Murphy. Off the hands of the Rail Splitters in the block. It'll be a point for the Pioneers once again. We are now at game point, 24-22, Pioneers. Whitaker passes. Right side set. Roll shot to Bourne. Murphy with the outside set to Schluger. Passed up by Whitaker with another dig. Outside set here. Tusculum block. Murphy dig. Weiss with the roll shot to Whitaker. Schluger here with a roll shot. Shanked by Whitaker, but recovered. And Whitaker throws it back over the net for a free ball. Right side hit here by Welch. Lands right on the line, resulting in a point for the Tusculum Pioneers and winning that set. Now Tusculum's won 2 sets. LMU Rail Splitters have won 1 set. We'll see you here again shortly as we watch the 4th game out of 5.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself. The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Number 6, Erica Whitaker from the LMU Rail Splitters, with 27 digs on the day, leading the South Atlantic Conference in digs. Second place of the SOC Conference for digs. First place in the SAC Conference for digs per set. Nice floating serve there by Shannon Murphy. Smacked down by Cassie Bourne. Saw the ball get too close to the net there. The setter wasn't jumping for the ball or anything, so she just smacked it down and took control over that set. Hard hit to Shannon Murphy. Not much she can do at the time. The ball was heading right towards her face. All she could really do is throw up her hands and pray. Holland back in for the Rail Splitters. A definite force in the front row the Pioneers need to be looking out for. Nice roll shot by Cassie Bourne. Middle set. Only Lewis and Bourne blocking there. Bourne showing frustration as she throws the ball to the back of the court. Have a serve here by number 8, Lindsay Nartker. And that ball goes around the antenna. Results in a point for the Rail Splitters. Set to Bourne, having to cut that ball extensively to make sure it not only stays between the antennas, but also has enough topspin to get on top of the net and go into the court. So Bourne now with the serve for the Pioneers. The score is now 2-3. Her serve isn't quite high enough and it hits the net. Point for the Rail Splitters. Score is now 4-2. Jump serve there by Whitaker. Free ball for the Pioneers here. It's a nice roll shot off the blocker's hands. Murphy decides to dump it. Right side tip. Passed up by Bourne. Now set to Schluger. Whitaker, having a short stature, wasn't quite tall enough to get to that ball. And now we'll see Melissa Mazer with the serve, standing fairly far back from the court. Consistently high serves as well. Great serve there to get to the 2 position there for Whitaker, forcing her to lay out, putting her out of commission to gain control over the tip if there is one. Roll shot there by Holland. Tusculum forced to be a little scrappy here. Chance to regain control with a powerful attack from Bourne, putting LMU back on their heels. As the momentum in this rally has changed, now on the Pioneer side. Excellent dig by Bourne. Schluger with the roll shot, and the Pioneers gain that point. Ryan Mazer here with another serve for the Pioneers. Serving to Whitaker yet again. Passed up by Bourne. Murphy's out of commission for that set. So Weiss will dump it into the back corner and get up to block Holland. But Larissa Welch, number 1, couldn't get there quite in time, leaving a gap in between the 2 blockers. Holland's that good of a hitter that she can see that coming and aim for that gap between the arms. See a serve here from number 3, Riley Storms, as Schluger will receive that. Shannon Murphy funneling a beautiful set to Larissa Welch. But it seemed as though Welch was a tad early and was forced to push the ball through the block. But nevertheless, point for the Pioneers. Alyssa Rojas with the serve now. Passed up by Holland in the front row. Blocked by the Pioneers. A dump by the setter. A quick shoot set to middle there. Outside set to Schluger. Rojas there with the pass to Murphy. Back row attack by Bourne. Whitaker digs it. Another back row attack here for LMU. Middle attack is out of bounds. Larissa Welch didn't get quite all of her hand on the top of the volleyball there. Enough to get topspin, so it would go down. A foot shy of the line there on that attack. LMU takes the point. 6-5 LMU here. Murphy with the tip. Whitaker waiting, ready. As number 18, Alicia Kessler pounds it down for the point. Have another serve here from Holland. Shannon Murphy with the right side set, sorry. Tusculum taking the point as Larissa Welch just places the ball in the middle of the court where absolutely no one is. Sabrina Schluger, a senior from Louisville, Kentucky, serves the ball now. Short to Whitaker. Right side set to Alicia Kessler. A point for LMU as Kessler hits that ball down and now gets to continue that momentum into service. Powerful hit by Cassie Bourne. Goes off the arms of number 3, Riley Storms, as Storms shanks that for a point Pioneers. Now we'll see number 1, Larissa Welch, getting ready to serve for the Pioneers. A senior from Newcastle, Indiana. Outside set here to Alicia Kessler. Outside set to Bourne. Bourne buries it down, but for some reason LMU pulled that out of the hat and scrapped that ball enough so they could put it back over the net, resulting in a point. Just great teamwork there on LMU's behalf to get that ball back over the net. Very impressive. You could have a team full of very talented players that don't work together as a team, and your team won't be worth anything. But if you have a team full of good players that work really well together, you have a possibility at a championship there, especially at this level when this is such a team sport. As you can see, all these substitutions with no negative outlooks. Players understand that it's their job to help the team and not be worried about playing time. Excellent dig by Mazer. A powerful hit by Bourne, although it didn't quite look like it. She hit it so hard that it went through the block. It still had enough momentum to keep going. Murphy will serve here. Serving to 6th position. Set middle. Great opportunity here for the Pioneers. And buried down by Weiss. Great job. 6-foot senior from Lynchburg, Virginia. See if Murphy will choose Whitaker. And it looked like she intended that way, but Cassie Bourne now forced to go run for that. Keeping the ball around the antenna, keeping the point alive. Great job with court awareness. Now Weiss will roll shot the ball over. The Pioneers will take that point. Number 3, Riley Storms for LMU didn't really have much opportunity to dive for that as the stands were right there. And Murphy will get another opportunity to serve. Serving right to 8. A middle attack. Mariah Lewis and Cassie Bourne late on the block. Could have been expecting a higher set, and when it was a 1 or a 2, they were surprised. Holland now coming in the front row. Passed up by Cassie Bourne. Hit by Cassie Bourne. Excellent dig by Whitaker. Hit by Holland, goes off the blocker's hands. Pioneers hit the ball into the net. It's Kaylee Wise. Went in a little too fast for her approach and then realized the ball was behind her. Forced to overcorrect and hit the ball into the net. Now we see number 8, Lindsay Nertker, to serve. Excellent communication on Pioneers' behalf as Nertker serves that ball out of bounds. Pioneers take that point. Cassie Bourne's now going to serve for Tusculum with the score 12-11. Serving the ball out of bounds, giving LMU a point is Cassie Bourne. Her last serve, she served into the net. This serve, she served a little too far, so hopefully next serve she'll go somewhere in between those two efforts and she'll find the right spot and receive an ace like she did last match. Score is now 13-12 as Whitaker gets ready to serve with a surprisingly powerful jump serve. Now Weiss hits it out of bounds. Tries to go over the block, but can only do that so much with a limited amount of topspin. Both teams now will convene during this timeout, and we'll be right back with you after this break.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Tusculum now waiting on LMU after this timeout. 2 seconds left. The Rail Splitters really taking all the time they can to discuss. Why not take advantage of all your timeout? A quick set to Mariah Lewis, however, number 3, Riley Storms was sitting there waiting for the block. Excellent demonstration of not watching the ball, but watching the attackers. Outside set to Schluger. Blocked very hard. As LMU will take another point. Now 16-12. Number 18, Erin Carmody coming into the game for Mariah Lewis. Right side set to Weiss. Off the hands of number 2, Holland. Point Pioneers, Erin Carmody coming back out. Larissa Welsh going in. Melissa Mazer now with the serve for Tusculum. 13-16. Tip, Melissa Mazer's there. Right side to Weiss. Battling with the net there is the Pioneers. We'll have number 3, Riley Storms, now getting ready to serve. The redshirt sophomore from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Whitaker with another excellent dig. And a humongous block by number 17, Kaylee Weiss. Kaylee Weiss. Kaylee Weiss and Larissa Welch both going up for an absolute wall against LMU there on that attack. Outside set to Holland. Passed up by Bourne. Set outside to Schluger. Schluger dumps it in the back right corner. Holland with a hard tip. Landing inbounds in the back of the court. Holland staying consistent with her general approach previously, come in hard. And if the hit isn't there, tip hard as well. Excellent dig by Whitaker yet again. Hard hit by Holland from the back court. Another net battle between Murphy and the opposing team. This time LMU coming out on top as Tusculum calls for another timeout. They'll discuss their strategy from here on out as the score is now 19-14 for LMU. I'll be right back with you.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family. The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have every...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The score now 19-14. As number 2, Kiera Holland gets ready to serve for the LMU Rail Splitters. Outside set to Schluger, blocked but out of bounds. A point for the Pioneers. Sometimes when you go up for that hit and you see both blockers, you realize you don't have much of a chance. You almost have to wipe the ball off the blockers and almost use them as a facet to get the ball out of bounds to earn a point for your team. Right side attack there by Alicia Kessler. And we'll see her serve here yet again directly after a kill. Pass by Schluger, set by Murphy, out to Bourne. Hard hit, lands inbounds. Larissa Welsh getting ready to serve now. Erin Carmody back in the front row. A senior from Virginia. Middle tip, Larissa Welch is right there. Bourne hits it, cuts across the court. Back row hit here by number 3. Pioneer point. Seems as though number 3, Riley Storms, was in front of the attack line when she jumped and attacked that ball. She's currently in the back court, so she would need to stay on her feet or stay behind the attack line. The tip here, passed up by Larissa Welsh. Set to Cassie Bourne, goes off the hands of the blockers, but it's inbounds, so it doesn't matter anyways. That's another point for the Pioneers as LMU Rail Splitters take a timeout.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Both teams back on the court with still 26 seconds left in the timeout. Eager to get this game going. Larissa Welch serves to number 13 of LMU, forcing Whitaker to go chasing that ball. Gonna be a point for LMU there. As a block with Erin Carmody. I'm not sure who else. I think it was Shannon Murphy. Was unsuccessful when the ball landed on their court. Pass now by Schluger. Set to back row Schluger, out of bounds, however. It's a point for the LMU Rail Splitters, taking the score to 22-18. Samantha Cash now serving. Redshirt junior from Ohio. She'll serve in the net, and Pioneers will receive a point. Number 17, Kaylee Weiss coming in the game now for Alyssa Rojas. Shannon Murphy serving here. Coach Michael Robinson telling her where to serve. Tip there. Shannon Murphy's there in time. However, it goes over the net and out of bounds. That's a point for LMU. If Tusculum's going to want to win this set here, they're really going to have to bear down and get these last 6 points before LMU gets these last 2. Serve reception by Melissa Mazer. Hit by Weiss, a lefty on the outside, now going over to the right side. Dump by Murphy, right spot, just too far it seems. And that ball goes out of bounds. Game point now, LMU 24, Tusculum 19. Get this wet spot off the court here. And then Lindsay Nartker will be ready to serve here for LMU. Got uncomfortably quiet there for a couple seconds. Shannon Murphy is set to Bourne. Heavily blocked by LMU. And this game will be going to 5 sets. The best of 5. LMU's 1-2. Tusculum's 1-2. Let's see who can come at it with the 5th game. As we have Sabrina Schluger and Samantha Cash talking with the referee there on the sideline. We'll find out what's going on here shortly. We'll be right back with you here, folks.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
The Pioneers electing to stay on their side of the court in this 15-point set. This tiebreaker, best out of 5 match between Tusculum Pioneers and LMU Rail Splitters is going to 5, as Tusculum's won 2 and LMU's won 2. This game will only be 15 points. And teams will switch sides after 7 points. Whitaker now at a whopping 43 digs on the day. No doubt about it, she's leading the SAC conference in that. Got a whistle on the play here. A point for LMU, because the formation of the Pioneers wasn't the same on the card that was given to the ref. So it's now up to Pioneers to figure out what's wrong with the formation to fix it, or they run the risk of losing another point. Evidently, they fixed the problem. Now coming with a right side attack from down under is Kaylee Weiss. An excellent momentum changer here for the Pioneers, as Weiss just shoves that attack right down. Cassie Bourne now getting ready to serve. Excellent serve there, floating feet. Substitution for the LMU Rail Splitters. Number 2 coming in for 13. Kiera Holland. Isn't her first time seeing the court today. She's been constantly in and out of the game. Seemingly very comfortable in the front row. The hard tip again. Pioneers almost need to expect that hard tip. He hasn't had a soft tip yet this game. And they are still right behind the blockers. Outside set to Schluger. Right side set. Off the Jumbotron, but the game keeps playing. That's in play. Another kill by Kaylee Weiss. And Melissa Mazer giving the ball for a serve here. Being told to serve between 6 and 5. Most likely going for Whitaker. Murphy with the excellent dig. Schluger roll shot over the block. Whitaker does a good job of getting it up. Holland now with the hit. Off the hands of Kaylee Weiss. Point LMU. Now Whitaker will be given the ball, and she'll serve here. Scores now 4-2. Face pass by Bourne. Excellent attack by Cassie Bourne from the back row. Roll shot by Holland, given to the Pioneers. Kylie Weiss, strong left-handed attack. A hit by Holland, put right into the net, resulting in a point for Pioneers. Alyssa Rojas coming in the game now for Kaylee Weiss. Another set to Holland. Great dig by Cassie Bourne. Larissa Welch tips it over the blocker. Alicia Kessler didn't see that coming. Couldn't stay up that long. And the tip almost trickles over her fingers at the peak of her block. So Alyssa Rojas will serve here again with the tied score of 4. Unfortunate event there for the Pioneers as Alyssa Rojas was in perfect spot to play that hit, but it all happened so fast. Right side attack by Alicia Kessler, right into the hands of Sabrina Schluger and Larissa Welch. And this game will continue to be neck and neck. Tusculum has 5, and so does LMU. You see Melissa Major signaling 2 behind her back to her teammate Schluger. Great job by Larissa Welch, is not putting the ball back over the net, as that is the first reaction, just to put it back where it came from, but actually just shooting it straight up in the air so the Pioneers have a chance to do something with it. Larissa Welch with a nice roll shot. Given the circumstances, that's all she really could do, but she executed it well into the back corner of the court to bring home a point for the Pioneers. Score is now 6-5. As Schluger doesn't serve it over the net, resulting in a point for LMU. These things happen every once in a while, especially when you're trying to do a short serve such as she was. Crazy floating serve there by Holland. Excellent dig by Whitaker. Back row set to number 3, Riley Storms, but couldn't come up with it, and she hits it into the net. Another point for the Pioneers. As number 13, Peyton McDaniel, comes in for number 2, Holland, for LMU. Larissa Welch serves. A hard tip, blocked by Tusculum. Shannon Murphy saw these hard tips, and she learned and was waiting for it all along, and now the score is 8-6 Pioneers, and the teams will switch sides of the court and play this game all the way through to 15 points. Both teams need to remember their formation when crossing the court, or else they risk losing a point if the ref catches it, which they most likely will, and 95% of the time they do. And timeout now for LMU. Score is 9-6 for Pioneers. In this final match, up to 15 points. We'll see what happens after this break.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
gentlemen, here it is. It's finally crunch time here in the 5th set of the match. Scores 9-6 Tusculum. We have Larissa Welch getting ready to serve now for the Pioneers. Right side set to Alicia Kessler. Outside set now. Off the hands of the blocker, Mariah Lewis, and number 4, Shannon Murphy. Couldn't come up with the block, although they did deflect it. It's a point for LMU as Schluger wipes down that same spot over there. Maybe someone fell down there and got some sweat down there on the hardwood. Alicia Kessler serves to Schluger. Set by Murphy to Bourne, off the block, out of bounds. Point for the Pioneers. Alyssa Rojas out. Kaylee Weiss back in. Murphy now serving. 10-7 for the Pioneers. Short serve in the hands of blocker Kylie Weiss. Nothing much Pioneers could do there. Eight to 10 now. As Samantha Cash serves for the Rail Splitters. A diving float serve. Not sure if that was an ace or not from my angle, but appeared to have landed right in front of Melissa Mazer. And that one kind of rose a little bit. An extremely hard hit there from Cassie Bourne, resulting in a shank from LMU. Some confusion there on the sidelines because they really can go play that ball, but oftentimes the chairs are in the way. Well, we saw one person there on the bench grab their chair and actually walk away, which would be the smart thing to do to make sure their teammates stay safe. There'll be another timeout here for LMU. So score is 12-9 for Pioneers. So we're working finally down to the final 3 points or 6 points.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We've got 12-9 for Pioneers here in the final and 5th set. Final set only goes up to 15, so this is crunch time. Great set by Mazer with the forearm pass. Blocked, but recovered by Lewis. Hit by Schluger over the block. Be an outside set off the hands of blocker Mariah Lewis. Will be a right side set here to Weiss. And that will be out of bounds. Thought for a second it might have gone off the hands of the blockers, but the linesman is the best view of the house, standing right there, so evidently not. Serve reception by Cassie Bourne. And a beautifully placed hit for LMU in that back left corner. As the score will come to 11-12. Still in Pioneers' favor. We'll have another timeout here for LMU. This is when I wish there was a microphone down on the bench so we could hear exactly just what they're saying. Times like this, are what makes or breaks a team. And this is exactly when you find out who your real volleyball players are, or as people who play volleyball. There is a difference. And in tight situations with heavy pressure such as this, it's when they come out to play. We've got 30 seconds here left in this timeout. Pioneers are ready, back on the court, waiting on LMU. Pioneers are anxious and ready to get this game going, with a score of 12-11 in favor of the Pioneers. As number 8, Lindsay Nartker serves, excuse me. Back row hit from Cassie Bourne, results in just a roll shot, hoping to land in front of one of the LMU players, but they dove and got there in time. Outside set to Schluger. Blocked. Schluger recovers it. Cassie Bourne lays out. Mariah Lewis gives a nice free ball to LMU, and we're still alive. Good opportunity here for Tusculum. Great job by Lewis with staying with it. Schluger dumps the ball back over, and it's out by about a foot. Whitaker wasn't sure, but she heard someone from her team saying out, so good communication there earns LMU a point. Nartker here with another serve at the tied score of 12. She serves right into the net. 13-12 Pioneers now. You know, you hate for certain things like that to happen in tight games like this, but they do happen randomly, sometimes in poor situations such as these. Serve reception by 8, probably going out of bounds, honestly. But she plays it anyways. Sometimes it's better to play it when you're unsure. Game point now, 14-12 for Tusculum as Melissa Mazer gets ready to serve. And she'll serve into the net. Seemed as though the right side of her hand hit the ball, causing the ball to go shooting towards the right. Even if it did go over the net, I don't think it would have landed in bounds. Whitaker, a strong server. Welch with the kill to end the game. Absolutely demolishes that volleyball as it bounces off the ground. A great all-around game from both teams. Nothing less you want to see than a fifth set go all the way to the 15 points. At no point in today's match did any team know they were going to win. It was a close game, through in and throughout. Good participation with both teams. Good camaraderie and sportsmanship. This is exactly what we like to see here in Pioneer Arena. Thank you for joining us today. And we ask you to join us again in the future. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you.